No, like most men that I meet, I think that I am here and they are here.
At this age, it depends on the age, right? And I would just be like, why are you walking?
So, good afternoon, everyone. Another episode of the Light Podcast. This evening we have Crystal and Sharifa along with Akid. And of course, Kibwe. So, today we have basically the topic of what is it like? Is it time? No, sorry. Are men demanding of women misogynistic, or are women knowing their worth entitled? Yeah, so I don't know to start.
Okay, a simple question to the girls. Are you think that men are prejudiced with women, or women are prejudiced with men?
No, yes, no, I don't think so. I don't think women are prejudiced to men. I don't think women are prejudiced to men.
Why you say that?
I don't know, I would think so.
I don't like to use it too broadly because yes, there are situations where women can be, but generally I would say no. You will find that men are the ones to be more prejudiced against women than misogynist. That's what I have observed.
Okay.
And it's like all men, cements is
Let me think. No, I think that's generally.
I think it's generally as well, and I think that not enough women know their worth.
okay. Then explain.
I think that from time, a woman starts to portray some sort of worth, a man titles them as, Sophie, she's all this, or, they start to label them, if you question certain things, men will title women as maybe crazy, or just find different things to probably bring them down to a lower level, just because of them knowing their worth now.
Okay. I mean, when you say question, right? I mean, like, because I feel like as men, just probably like I don't say not putting like a final point on it, but it's like this question everything on system, certain things like have a understanding behind it. So, for example, the man who ever or the men who ever in your life, most likely, but hopefully, not trying to lead you astray in certain areas of your life. So I don't think that that's happening to be prejudice or anything like that. I think they're just trying to show leadership in a sense, But I mean, as you were saying, that I don't know what to say. Sometimes you're saying like women show like trying to insert themselves in some kind of way, but sometimes it's just not how we win, but most of the time it's just how you say it. Some women come across like ultra aggressive, like for no reason, because they're trying to do too much. To me, it's a kind of tricky topic.
But do you think that women, have to get a certain level of respect from men at times, it requires a level of aggression? Because a lot of times if we don't, I'm not saying that we should, but a lot of times if we don't be, it's as we too soft, we get our voice, exactly. So.
Okay. I think it's more for balance, and that's why we make the topic in a sense is to try to find a balance between like male and female. Like at the end of the day, we different, but we still have to work together in a sense. So we want to find like a common ground now because we don't really have that much let me say relationships for our age group in a sense. Like everybody, like men bashing women, women bashing men, but we need each other to make kids, we need each other to grow a family, and all these kind of things. So I find like in the world today, everybody's like bashing each other and trying to like sort that out in a sense.
I think the traditional role of women has evolved. So that could be a factor as to why the average relationships are not the same, because the traditional women are housemakers. The traditional, right? And now women are more taking that role of becoming the provider, and advancing in careers and all of these things. And I think that men are threatened by that.
So I said, I'm just asking, which one do you prefer, traditional or non-traditional?
Non-traditional.
So define non-traditional. What do you want from a man now that you could provide now? So what do you really want from a man?
Because as he asked that, right, that's a good question, because now that, if you say traditional, I have these steps that are already printed out. I already have a blueprint of how to do traditional, right? So what's the blueprint for non-traditional? How you want that to go?
Well, for me, first of all, I think that in non-traditional, let me just go back to the non-traditional athletes, right? Athletes, right? I think the traditional way stems from people not understanding what it means to be submissive, first of all, in a relationship. I think there's a very, very, like that line is very blurred in terms of being like submissive in relationships with men. And that's where the demand comes from. So like the question was like men demanding a woman, right? I don't think a man needs to demand a woman to be submissive. That's supposed to be a choice.
Naturally.
Right? That's supposed to be naturally. And I think traditionally it was where it's more of this demand because I am the man of the house, so you and submission is something like, well, some people have this view like submission is me being like a mat. Like I doing everything you want. Yes, Your Highness, and it's not like that. You understand? And then now as women start to, so the second, like this is intertwined with the second part of the question, which says
They know the words.
right. So again, as we evolve and as we move past that traditional thing, women are becoming more empowered, women are becoming more educated with things to themselves. And if it is you know your worth, then you will feel entitled to have what you know that you are worth having, right? And
For sure.
And I think that if I know that I am worth this particular behavior in a relationship, or I deserve certain things or coming out of a relationship, I should not have to settle for less.
Yeah.
And then when women tend to behave in that way, well, I am not going to settle for these, for X, Y, and Z, is like, you're doing too much now, like, calm down, etc. So I just like my whole view on that whole topic.
And then too, you mentioned balance, right? But a lot of men think that the role of a woman, they wouldn't be able to help in terms of certain things like homemaking, right? They think that homemaking is a woman's job, like cooking, cleaning, washing, ironing. All of these things are a woman's job, right?
I don't think so though.
A lot of men think
I feel
that.
like most men these days are self-sufficient. Like
I need to know your first.
I can agree.
Not the Eastman. I don't know Eastman. I know how to wash clothes and
Only men from the East are.
right? But
we saying it like this, like
The
most
average.
men that I know or I interact with, we cook, we clean, we do everything for ourselves.
South
We
men.
want South, right?
South men.
Well, Dominican men. Sorry.
I probably only know
But
mom's voice.
Men cook, men clean, men do all these things. People want a companion, and like girls feel like because they have money now and because they have these certain status that they don't want that, while certain men just want that.
So, like listening to your talk, like next question I want to know, right? So, to achieve what you want to achieve, because you all both said non-traditional, right? Would you mind looking crazy to achieve what you have to achieve? Because you said sometimes like you have to get a little aggressive for people to to get where you have to go now. Like that's the quickest word people like to throw out there is crazy. So would you mind looking a little crazy to go where you have to go? because I ask that because people want to jump out themselves. I'm talking about ladies want to jump out themselves, doing the most, like I said, they're doing the most, looking crazy. But then if I say crazy, like again, if I say crazy now, then you stuff about it not so. That's what I say. Do you mind looking crazy to achieve where you have to achieve, to go where you have to go?
I think that when men go after what they have to go after and go aggressively after their dreams and their goals and stuff, they are titled as, he's serious about what he wants, he's ambitious, all of these things. Even if, because it have situations where men will get on quote unquote crazy, right? But it will be represented as he knowing his worth. But from time a lady decides to go aggressively at something, is that, she's crazy. They title it a different way now. As opposed to what it will be titled as if a man were to do the same thing.
Fair enough. That's fair enough, but I think that's fair enough. Our partner in the corner that disagrees, but I mean, part of that disagrees because we have different ways of going about it. Men and women have very different ways in going about it, so I'm going to give a real good example right now, but I'll come back to it. When I get a proper example, I'll come back to that. Yeah,
you could be like million only or something.
That is true. It's either something else that came to mind, but
Okay, well then, you answer the question you asked. Do you prefer the traditional way, or like what kind of woman do you?
I feel for me,
For a wife.
traditional might be the way to go.
Oh my God! Alright.
That might be the way to go.
Let me ask this. Would you allow a woman to lead?
Wait, lead in what way?
Lead, I think you said that before, earlier on. You were saying that, a man being like, once he decides to lead or something like that, you were saying before, right? So I'm asking if you would allow a woman to lead. If you're not in a position to lead, would you allow a woman to lead?
For me, I would do things differently because I do not believe I would be better in everything than her. So, in the areas that she is better in, she could definitely lead, right? I have no problem with that at the end of the day. But the overall lead,
So you agree?
Yeah, because men are the head of the household.
Okay.
It was never women, so.
No, I agree.
would you like to lead?
Me, no.
You want to lead?
I mean, once the man is fit to lead, because there are men that want to lead but are not leadership material. No, that's men in general. Men in general, they are men that want to lead but not in they don't suit that role.
Yeah, submissive man.
So you would not submit to a man until
I
he
would
could lead.
submit once he shows me, but I would submit naturally. Once he does everything that he needs to do as a man, right? As in cater to your emotional needs, cater to your physical needs, cater to you where he could provide and all of these things. But there are men that lack a lot of those things and expect for the woman to just submit.
Yeah, what are we submitting to?
But what am I submitting to?
I know that overall, when you say all that still don't find like it's all under traditional.
No, but submitting doesn't mean cook, clean, wash.
No, but we didn't say cook and wash.
Okay, what is your wait? So let's find out that. What is your interpretation of traditional?
Alright, so there's this is not long time traditional, so the new traditional, right? Like they say the update, right? Traditional, my term for traditional. If I had it my way, this is not everybody had a different ways they want to do things. I would personally, traditionally, I would rather have my woman at home, cook my children sake. Because the reason I want them at home is because the way how things going now, I feel like her being home would be like one obviously once I provided on a financial level, Like that would be.
You look so disappointed.
As you said, I have two points
He have
coming
his
out of that,
opinion.
right? Y'all don't think that the traditional way that women were treated in the household is one of the reasons why men are such babies? Like why? Because then we meet these men who don't know how to do anything for themselves. Because all they see is their mother doing. Mother washing their boxers. She doing this. She doing that. So you don't think that by itself kind of stimulates and stifles? Well, your son, if you have children, right? The boys, the way that they actually grew up to look at women, or because they see their mother like this.
But that, like I said, I see type of men that you know. Like it have different men as well that do those things, cook, clean. All my friends cook, clean. I know people that cooks and clean.
Are they living on their own?
Ah, yeah, I live
You
on.
don't have a
Well,
choice.
That's why.
You don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice, so you'll eat.
no, but that's why. Like my take on it is like after you 25 years, I think you should live by yourself as a man. That is just my take on it. I've been living by myself like way young, so I could do those stuff now.
Yeah.
But I think that's the point because in Dominica you have to kind of.
Well, and now I
But
say,
if you're living with your mom, you wouldn't get up and say, "Oh, let me go and make lunch."
yeah, like
Now you see, he would have a different perspective because his circumstances
Different.
is different.
Yeah.
But, so we can't take it from a case by case basis.
Yeah.
Everybody here will
It'll
have
have
a
to be
different
majority,
Yeah,
and
but if you're looking at the
majority.
majority, like generally,
Alright,
you would still think that way?
so Olen, like the majority of men, you all know, I just trying to clarify this, so he falls into that category of
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I could get
wow.
different guys.
Wow,
like
wow,
it happens.
wow.
Yes. Where are they?
Wow.
I don't know when they met in Trinidad. They met in Trinidad, but
No, but no. It will have them, but I just think that it's on a
the majority, is like
Like
general.
I
think
said,
they
the
don't
majority,
exist,
the majority.
But to find them, I need.
Look, good things are hard to find.
I mean,
True.
Good things are hard to find.
I am Mr. Junior now.
But nah. Most men that I know, and I've been Trinidad a number of years now, and I know a lot of Trini guys that cook, clean, have their own business, have their own car, have their own space and those kind of stuff.
We also mentioned.
Why we say food week?
No.
What happened to the traveling man? What's wrong with that?
Nothing is wrong with traveling, man. It's just most of the men that I meet, I am
Yikes.
Gotta get it
more
right.
successful
You're more successful.
in terms, not only.
That's what I was saying.
We just like talking.
No, like most men that I meet, I think that I am here and they are here.
Wow.
No, that's the raw truth of it. That's the raw truth.
Relax now. But here, I'll ask you some questions later.
That's the raw truth.
No, but this
Wow.
one, what Crystal said and what you had mentioned and something you had said before, right? Do you think that the amount of money that you make kind of like sets your worth in a relationship? Like, and how you feel about being in a relationship with a lady that makes more than you? And you think that kind of attributes to how submissive a woman is towards a man?
Alright, so the first question, I think you asked if the money equates to words.
Yeah.
No, in absolutely no way. Because I rebel money with no substance. So it have absolutely not. If I'd be cool with a woman making more than me, it have to be some ridiculous number. Like because no, here's more, right? If she's making a little bit more than you, I feel like for me, somehow the drive would kick in to try and make more than her. I don't know, but I'm just saying the drive would kick in to just be like, I have to try and make more than you. The whole aspect of, and I think the last one you asked me was what's the last question you asked me?
If you think that women who make more than men, if that's one of the reasons why you think that they will be less inclined to be submissive.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all it is.
Because when you're making more, some people just how to say, as you say in Trinidad, just in So and you have no say because at the end of the day, If imagine she making twice your salary and you still come to say, well, girl, I really don't want you to do so and so, she really just not gonna take you, she gonna laugh you off. It's as simple as
That's
that.
how things will get paid.
What's that?
How would things get paid if you tell her you don't want her to do certain things?
No, as in, imagine you make a demand, not a demand, like a very strong statement towards her, like, I don't want you to go out on Thursday night for X, Y, and Z reason. And she just, the money hits her bank account and she really watches and she was like, well, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, you know, but you go pick them up around 9 or 10 and she leave it right there.
I'm out.
Yeah, and she go on and you have to calm down because when your bank account hits is like 4 times less and you just have to rock back and calm down. And I don't want to say like people just go out of the way, but it does be there in their mind, especially if you're making more. I feel like if you try to jump out yourself, at some point in time, may not be a day or a year from now, but some point in time, you'll probably jump out and you'll have to get put up. As in, she'll probably let you know X, Y, and Z, say, I'm making more than you, so you can't be making all these demands.
Yeah, because you heard Crystal, like she feels like she's here and everybody's
No. The quality of men that I have spoken to, I had to pick you up and say, you know? I mean like that. I'm not saying that I am here, but they're not meeting me there.
The traveling man is our problem.
No. It's okay if you
travel. I'm in real bad because I travel.
No, it's okay if you're traveling, you know. But it's have some men you will meet and you know they making plans and things. Not even letting you know I have to pick you up.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So
Stop dating
you're
Crystal,
talking
guys.
there and you're singing like a different species because I don't know men like that.
Just
Yeah.
No,
but
but
see, now you don't understand what actually the process of why is that such like a horrible thing, as in you had to pick him up and you had to do so and so.
I think walking miles is a problem for me. I never said it was a problem for me. It's your mindset behind it. Like at this age, it depends on the age, right? And I would just be like, why are you walking?
It depends on
No, understand where I'm coming from. Like, why are you walking? You have to have a legitimate reason as to why you are walking. Is it that you just like to walk?
if you're saving for like
Is it that your priorities are so skewed that you just don't want a vehicle? Is it that you're building on other more important things right now? Like you have a house and you're making a car right now, it's not an investment.
So
it's not
And so it all depends. Like,
So-
it depends.
something I wanna
is it that
ask.
you just part in your life?
Something I wanna
and
ask
you're
because your song materialistic in a sense because males at our age don't have a car, don't have a house. Well, I don't not Dominica, but I'm talking about as a whole. Like most 25, 26, 27-year-olds don't have a car. If you think about it, they travel
most 25-year-old guys I know actually, I think they do have a car.
and they have a
I
house.
think, well, not a house, no. To me, well, again, most of the young guys that I know, to me, like the first thing
is one
guys
to get
talking about getting is a car.
I mean,
No, but and that's the thing. It all depends on like what is your priority. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah, remember we
That's
were
why I
saying
say
that
walking man is
conversation.
not a problem to me. It's not a little fan man. Oh my gosh, you have to have a car and you must be a Benz. You can't be doing no.
But the man must have a car. That is what it is.
so you're
No,
jumping
you
in
must have
before
ambition.
But a man could have ambition and have no car.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's why I want to know what is your reason. Why are you walking? That's why I asked that.
No, but,
Why are you
but that's why I'm just asking, like, why
The man
your song materialistic in a sense. If okay, let's say this. Let me just calm it down. Right? You going out with a guy. You are not going out with a guy because he has a car. Let me make it straight here. You are not going out with a guy because let me just say that because he has a house, because that's a cool thing. But like a car, I wish I had a house, right? But like a car and those kind of stuff, like you're supposed to be cool with somebody that you have something like relatable. You can't just say if you walk, if you have ambition, all this kind of stuff. I find that's very shallow.
Ambition is a
No, not having a car is like shallow in a sense. Like,
no.
If I as a man like you and like what you bring to the table, but I don't have a car at this point, you would not check me because I don't have a car at this
I didn't
point
say
in
that.
time.
No, remember we were saying that it depends on the conversation that you have with the person, right? Because most men, from time they get their license, they plan their life out in terms of to accomplish certain things, right? So what I'm saying is, if you don't have a car and you're 26, 27, that would have me thinking, then where are your priorities at and how, like why? What's the reason, right? If you're saving for a piece of land, if you're saving for a home, something that is more of importance to you, then no problem. But it have men that I've spoken to that they spending out their money, they just you have no plans, you're just spending out your cash. You're not saving, you're not nothing. So it depends,
I said I see type
That's
of man
fine.
that knows this stuff. I think like all guys are like that.
So it is the majority.
It's rough for him.
That's majority. It's how you get them to know
I need to
it.
do better.
She didn't know how easy it was. You travel where?
You know, you can't shop with Crystal.
She can't travel with Crystal.
I can't travel.
If you could make that disclaimer, then you can. That would be fine.
Nuts. Very materialistic.
It's materialistic if that's the only thing I'm
If that's the only
but that's not the only thing I'm looking for. I want to know your mindset behind it. Why you go.
It will reveal certain things,
It
yeah.
will reveal certain things to me. If
Let's
you
say-
just
Let's say the guy is like studying or something.
right, that is a proper
A good reason.
as to why I don't have a car because I have priorities and a car is not to the top of my priorities right now.
If he's renting,
Because- correct, there's things that you can see that. But if you just don't have a car because you had to spend money on white to go right, and
That's
on my
But it's
brethren
flashy.
on my brethren and them I can't go pick me up. No,
or you're flashy.
yeah,
If
exactly.
you don't have a car, but you have a big gold band, a big gold chain,
so them started
right? Once it's a designer and all these things, and your priorities messed up.
That's true. That's true.
And you don't have insurance.
I mean,
That's true.
yeah, that is what it is. Part of it.
So yeah, I mean, and Jordan is like 26.
As I say now, nothing in the right. You go to a girl, let's say she have a car and anything like that, and she will pick you up, you will feel like, I'm saying, that probably meant
What about you?
What I've been driving since 16, so I don't know this struggle. I just say, thank the Lord, no wrong. Thank the Lord, thank the
No,
Lord.
but it's true.
Would you date a girl that doesn't have a job? No intentions of
No.
No. That's like the same thing.
No, but
Why you won't date a girl that doesn't have a job?
at our age, no. If you're like 27 and you're telling me you have no kind of job or you're not looking somewhere or not trying to study or you're not doing something in the background, I could allow you, like if I meet a girl that she doesn't have a job but she's studying for something, then yeah. But if you're telling me you're not doing nothing with your life or you have no plans to do this, no plans to do that, like it doesn't make sense
So
to
it
me.
will
to
depend
do.
on her plans.
Yeah.
Right.
depend on her
She
plans.
could be unemployed, but it depends on her plans.
That's true.
Right? So it's the same thing. You could not have a car now, but it depends on your plans.
Appreciate it.
And then there are men that don't have a car and act like your car is their car. So,
I don't know what
it
kind
all
of guys
depends.
you are.
It depends. It depends. Well,
Wow.
So it depends.
There is something wrong with it.
It's like, them girls ain't see nothing about emotion, nothing about they want a lifelong partner, want somebody to build with.
No,
I
but
mean-
I don't think it have enough time to say, all of those things.
I mean,
but
that's-
that's
But that should be something you start off a relationship with. What are you doing?
Because our relationship on looks great, man.
It's true, it's true.
I would say all the time.
Everybody sees your face before your person.
But it's natural. You're attracted to what you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you see the person, you'll be like, okay, you're pretty, you're nice. What do you have?
Correct.
Other than that,
What do you bring to the table? Like
Yeah.
men.
So you will compromise. Like if you get the man or girls are 10, you will compromise a little bit for them because they are 10.
Yeah. you have to compromise. It's a balance.
Yeah, you have
That's just
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, relationship without
so
compromise.
there's no scene. If again, you were borrowed a car, take away some 10. There's no scene.
It doesn't matter.
Oh!
No, if he's not at what I'm saying is if he's not at 10 and he wants to use the car or whatever, no problem. You could have some men who don't have vehicles because their vehicle in the shop. Or you know.
I find the 10 getting excuses and the rest not getting all of us at the shop.
Oh, you're twisting my words.
No. I just saying the 10 the car in the shop, so there's no scene. But the rest of them, you know, just throw that it was. You know, get people gonna block your phone when they see this and be like, wait, that is me talking. I'm not for sure.
Yikes.
For sure.
I mean, who know me, you know.
You know?
But having a partner that could be a friend, somebody that they could confide in,
now I hearing something.
you know, somebody that they could trust. Like you don't have to question every move. You could take what they say, you know, as is a plus, you know. And that's what we will go for. That's what you will go for. But I mean, being realistic, as I like to be realistic, right? If you meet somebody and you're not talking to somebody, you're not gonna, those things wouldn't be revealed until later on. What will be revealed, my friend, is if you don't have a vehicle. And why? Those things are the things that you might talk about in the beginning, but it wouldn't just give you trust and all of those things in the startup. That's after a while, after you pass the first stages.
You traveling really that bad?
I'm traveling on really that bad. He had nothing going for him except you have everything else going for him.
Yeah, you dress up nice and you say you stop at H and say
When you reach by your
yeah, you right. What's wrong with it? Nah, man.
That real shallow.
Man, can't do
Yeah,
it.
Crystal, that's very shallow. Crystal, that's so shallow.
so we ended this with me being shallow.
I would just sum it up to say that, just like Crystal said, like, you need somebody who could meet you on an emotional level. For me, I think a financial level is very important.
It is.
So it needs to make sense emotionally, it needs to make sense in terms of compatibility, and it needs to make sense financially.
It's not be just or not.
And if the man,
that is,
but if the man providing all that and more, he wants it to be traditional.
no.
Why not? Why not?
I am a go-getter.
I think
I'm
that's
not
the
gonna
part
stay
too.
home and cook and clean and no, that's just not me. Then we're not compatible.
I can't
meeting
even
on that
stay
level.
home on a holiday. So
What's that?
I can't even stay home on a holiday. So
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely me in the party. Yes, you guys.
You're saying
I mean, they're entitled to say that they don't want the traditional and the Grammy. They're saying you got everything, especially I feel like the emotional part is like very huge. But then plans always change. So I mean, in the beginning you all might want to be doing something, you might have like a certain plan set out, and then let me say in his career whatever he make a gigantic step and he don't want you like doing certain things anymore. But he wants you more on a traditional role at home, cooking, cleaning, whatever it is.
in my experience meeting, I meet a lot of people daily, right? And are using COVID as a situation, right? Most of the women who are homemakers and depending on that one person to bring in the income, when COVID hit, and those persons would have lost their jobs or got a reduction in their pay and these type of things, all hell broke loose because there's only one breadwinner. You understand? So I don't think that.
So your answer is based off experiences that you've seen out there.
Yeah.
And your answer is based off of just experiences as well that you've seen on.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like to add to what she said, did you see a compliment?
Yeah.
Not you. Okay. Right. So like when we speaking about managing portfolios, what you guys say to spread yours, right? Right. So then why would you want to have one breadwinner in the other?
No, I've never been
No, not
somebody
you,
supportive of one breadwinner.
Oh, no, not you. I just use that as an
Yeah.
example, right? So yeah, like in a situation like COVID, where you would have had two incomes coming into property, mitigate against that factor. Now you just have one.
Or
That is
illness.
gone. Yeah, plenty different things. So I believe in multiple streams of income. Yeah. So yeah, I might opt out of that individual and stay because it can make us. And again, we have to compromise. So if you can understand that I like what I do and I want to do what I do, then again, why are you demanding that?
This is the only part.
And I mean, if anybody meet me, they know.
Yeah, forget it.
But
Forget it.
Fellas, all you need is.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Jassy Brown from Like Minds Podcast. If you liked what you just seen, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell for more content.